when do you think you have more opportunity of doing better, like in the market, the audience and capability?
Or apparently, honestly, the goal is world domination. That's just the truth. So we're starting in Nigeria because this is home, and at the end of the day, anybody internationally will only value you as much as how your people value you back at home. So we're starting here, but then the goal is to reach out and be able to conquer as many places as we possibly can. So when in terms of doing better, it's not a thing of necessary where, it's just a plan of getting to the world as many places as we possibly can be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you had any stage performance experience? Tell us which
Yeah.
one would you be best?
Like I said, I've DJ'd and I've done two raves, two massive raves in North Cyprus. I have performed, I have sang in a concert. A friend of mine had like a small concert in North Cyprus as well. So I have sang, and this was a while back. This was when I started singing. So my confidence level at that time is not as good as I am now. So, but in recent performances, I'll definitely say DJ so far has been like my best because you get to see people just dance and jump, and it just helps you also just want, yeah. So it's just what it is.
Just take us through the structure that you have in terms of are you starting out with your own record label? Are you looking to get signed on to some label? What's the structure around you at this time?
Okay, honestly, I do. I have a small team, and we do everything ourselves so far. So everything you see is done by myself, and I have to approve and work and all these stuffs. But at the same time, I'm very keen on, or rather, when I was starting music, I was very keen on not getting signed just because of you don't have the final say and you don't have the freedom to create. Because then you have all these executives telling you you have to create this type of sound for this type of time, or you record this song that you really like and you can't release it. Or there are all these things. So I personally have issues with people in power that tell me what to do. Make it worse when it comes to my craft. So that has always been the thing. So it's not as if I can't sign. It's just a thing of I'm going to sign, then it has to be a deal that is favorable for me, and then I get to control what is happening. So I'm not opposed to it, but I mean, no record label for the most part is going to give you that kind of power. So yeah. At the same time, my mom does have a record label, and I am working with them. So yeah, because that I can control the situation. But that is what it is. So I'm not looking to not sign, but I'm also not looking to sign. It's just I can push myself for now. At least the way it's going. So yeah.
Let's come home a bit. You've been raised by two very prominent personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad is rated as one of the senior pilots in the country as we speak. He told me himself that he probably has just one or two people who are higher than him in the ranking. And then, of course, your mom is possibly Africa's biggest
I guess.
expert, in terms of movies. How much pressure would you say that has had put on you while growing up?
I well, coming from them, I wouldn't say there is that much pressure, but then actually there is pressure, but not from them though. It's more from the people around me. Just because, just like you said, my parents are people who are already very well accomplished in their different fields, and there is this need to match up and be as good. And fortunately, the talent is as good as it is. So, and a lot of people who are supporting my work, and it will be very unfair to them if I don't make it to be that to be that big. So there is that pressure, and there will always be that pressure, but we have to live with it. Yeah.
Who has always been the stricter of the two parents?
It depends on the issue at hand or the scenario that's going
For
on.
instance.
Who has always been stricter? Honestly speaking, more of my mom.
Okay.
My dad is very carefree. Like he's very live your lifestyle person. But I said it depends on the scenario. Um, Stricter. I'm trying to think of a very good scenario. Okay, well, not now.
No.
But when I was younger, let's say for example, I had a couple friends who were having a party or something of the sort. So my mom would not be like, "Oh, you have to go with the driver. You can't take a taxi. You have to go with somebody in the house, either like one of the helpers or the guy that works in the house or some whatever." And then that I never went to any parties because of that type of stuff. My sister did go to a party where she had the driver at the time and then one of the helpers in the house. And she was very irritated because she was like that. You go to a party, you see other young guys, and you can't do anything because these people are just following you everywhere. And that was always a hat. So that's a good. That's one scenario. And because of that, I never really went out for parties when I was younger. So I would say that was one scenario. My dad now would never really budge. He would just be like, okay, just be safe, be fine. I'll call you. I'll give you money. Go and have fun. So yeah.
Who would be more furious with you if you brought home a female friend, for instance, say years ago, just a couple of years ago? Who
Who
would
would
be
be
more
furious? My
furious?
mom, definitely. If there was anybody to be furious with, my mom, definitely. My dad chilled.
Okay.
Yeah, who is she? I'm like, it's okay.
As someone who wants to bring so much value to the music industry,
Yeah.
if there's a thing you could change about the music industry, what would it be?
The structure. Our structure is very
How do you like structure? How to describe it?
from the production process to even when you are promoting and the way your revenue is being brought back. It's all in this part of the world. It's very messed up. So, as a producer, I've had artists who come to me telling me that, oh, I should make a beat and it will give me exposure or something of the sorts. And I go like, in the US, this can never happen. And let's even say, okay, so we do make the beats. Most people don't even know that there are contracts you have to sign. Not one, not two. There are all these contracts about royalties, copyrights, who owns the rights, how much percentage do you own, there are all these things. Let's even say you now finish that, and then you want to start promoting. This is the only part of the world where I know that sometimes you want to promote, and a certain radio host will tell you to pay X, like you to pay some money to promote your song on the radio. It's never done anywhere else. In fact, it's supposed to be the other way around. You go to the States, they pay your song on the radio, they're supposed to pay you. But in this part of the world, you have to pay them. And to be fair, I haven't ever had anyone directly tell me that, like, okay, for playing my song on the radio, I should come and pay them X amount of money. I've never had anyone directly tell me that. But I have heard about it happen a lot. And it's something that I've told myself that when the higher I go, it's something that I plan to try and change. But you can't bring them to, because even they too don't make enough money from their own jobs sometimes. So it's just the industry as a whole. The structure is messed up to the point where people that are supposed to help you end up now do something worse. Yeah. So
I'd like to ask you this very fun question. Of course, your mom is sort of famous, definitely. Is there a way that has moved on from your career?
it has. Okay, so when I started taking music seriously, um, there's this thing I don't like is when I'm on the news for whatever reason, and the first thing you see there's not Captain E, it's somebody's son. Aha. It's a shadow because it's such a big name and such a big brand that it's naturally already very hard to even get out of that shadow and become your own person. But we're working towards that. So there's always going to be, at least for now, that thought. Or when you see me, for example, now some people refer to me as her son, and I mean there's already that. And also at the same time, it has worked positively though because you go to places and people already know who you are, ish, and then things and at least it helps you meet people better. So people who on a normal day it might have taken me forever to meet because of who I am and who she is. It's very easy to meet them. So I just go by and just say hi and get things going. I mean, it does have its positive and negative sides. So yeah.
The I would have asked the question this way. Have there been times that you've been what sort of reaction generally have you gotten from people when you tell them that you're Omotola stuff? People who have no idea who you were. What sort of reactions have you gotten? How do you deal with it? I know sometimes you might not even want to let that out into the open and you want people to relate with you on the basis of who you are. What you bring into the table.
Honestly speaking, if you don't know, I would never tell you. I don't think I have ever really told anybody I was her son, unless you already knew. And I wouldn't tell you. Don't just come and ask me. So if you didn't know, you would find out by yourself. That's already one. Two, the reason I do that is because sometimes or most times people now go, oh, where's your mom? Is she coming? Let me get an autograph or this or that. So it's not less about you, more about her. And it's just after a while, it just gets very very tiring. In primary school, I remember days where it would be my birthday or even my siblings, and in primary school, then of course you bring the cake and all that stuff, and everybody now forgets you and starts running towards her. Yeah, a lot. So it's always going to be that. So if you don't know, you just don't know. That's just how it is. Yeah. Um, some people play it cool, which is always the best way because if you're around me and you start freaking out about who my mother is, I'm going to start having issues. I just won't be around you. Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is.
We know she's also someone who has said it openly several times.
Mhm.
Music is actually a very first love for
Yeah.
acting. Just snapped her up. And then of course she's taking the conceptions of music.
Mhm.
I remember that bad,
Very good.
she's also looking to make a return to music.
Mhm.
And I think she mentioned that at some point that possibly one of the
A collaboration. Or
yes, one of the reasons why she's now inspired to want to return. Are you guys looking at doing something together? Are you what direction are you looking to work together?
Right now she is preoccupied with other stuffs. So, um, she's working on TFS right now. Aha. And yeah, TFS is very it's a big project and it's something that occupies our time a lot. So we haven't really had discussions about it. But when she's ready, we'll see. We'll bring in everybody and make it work.
I'd like to take you back into the past a little bit. Um, you have parents who are definitely very, very busy. With that going for months, your mom going for weeks and for.
Mhm.
How did that shape on your growing up?
I mean, it was fairly okay for the most part. I mean, the only times you ever get to really know is or notice is maybe days where you have what you call it, visiting. No, not visiting days. Sorry, but yeah, visiting days or I forgot what it's called, but in primary school where people open day. Yes, that's the right word. Sorry, where they have all these things on sale and whatnot, and parents come and you buy books and all that stuff. So, I mean, they tried their best, but of course, work can always take them for something. Yeah. So that's the only time where you really notice it. But the older you get, and in my house, we got mature very fast mentally. So, the older you get at some point, you just know that it is what it is. But yeah,